Hey everyone, Suraj here, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into something a little different, but incredibly important: emergency car tricks. Now, I love my car. You love your car. It's our trusty steed that gets us from A to B. But what happens when that trusty steed puts you in a tight spot? I'm talking about those heart-pounding, unexpected situations where you're far from help, and you have to rely on your own ingenuity. We're going to explore some incredible, almost MacGyver-level tricks using nothing but the parts of your car itself. These aren't just cool party tricks. These are bits of knowledge that could genuinely make a difference in a dangerous situation. Now, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but being prepared is the ultimate superpower. The difference between a minor inconvenience and a major crisis often comes down to knowing what to do. We're going to break down some myths, test some theories, and give you a practical toolkit of skills that you can store in your brain's glove compartment. Think of this as your personal user manual for when things go sideways on the road. From getting unstuck to signaling for help, we've got a lot to cover. So buckle up, pun absolutely intended, and stick with me through to the end. I promise you, some of the things we're going to explore today could be more than just useful. They could one day be life-saving. You'll want to have every single one of these tricks in your back pocket. Let's get our hands dirty and start building some knowledge. Alright, first up is a scenario straight out of an action movie, but it happens in real life. You're trapped in your car, maybe after an accident, or worse, you're submerged in water. The doors are jammed, the electronics are fried, and you need to get out fast. Your side windows are made of tempered glass for safety, which means they're tough, but they're designed to shatter into tiny, less harmful pieces when hit with enough force in the right spot. So, where do you get that force? Look no further than your seat's headrest. It's not just for comfort, it's a purpose-built escape tool hidden in plain sight. Most headrests can be removed by pressing the small, often hidden button at the base of one of the metal posts. Push it in, pull the headrest straight up, and you've got a formidable tool in your hands. Now here's the science of the smash. You've got these two sturdy metal prongs. You're not going to just wildly swing at the center of the window. That's the strongest part. You're aiming for the corners, right down near the bottom edge of the glass. Wedge one of the metal prongs down between the glass and the door seal as far as you can. Then pull the headrest towards you with force, using leverage to put immense pressure on that single point. The focused pressure is what will cause the tempered glass to fail spectacularly. It will shatter into 1,000 tiny cubes, allowing you to clear the opening and make your escape. It's a beautiful bit of engineering, really, using one safety feature to overcome another in an emergency. This next one is serious, and I have to preface it by saying this is an absolute last resort for a catastrophic injury. We're talking about a situation with severe, life-threatening bleeding where direct pressure isn't working and professional help is a long way off. Your seatbelt can be used as a makeshift tourniquet. The first step is to get the belt free. In a real emergency, you'd likely use a seatbelt cutter, which is a great tool to have. If you don't have one, you might need to find a way to sever it, which is difficult, but the buckle mechanism itself can also be part of your tool. Unbuckle a length of the belt, at least a few feet long. You'll need this length to wrap around the injured limb. The goal of a tourniquet is to apply enough pressure to a limb to stop arterial blood flow, so placement and tension are critical. You want to place it 2 to 3 inches above the wound, never directly on it, and never on a joint like an elbow or knee. Wrap the belt flat around the limb twice. Then, you need a windlass, a rigid object to twist the tourniquet tight. A tire iron, a sturdy stick, even a rolled-up magazine could work. Slide the windlass under the belt and twist it until the bleeding stops. This is going to be incredibly painful for the person, but it can be the only thing standing between them and bleeding out. Mark the time you applied it on the person's forehead if you can. This is vital information for the paramedics when they arrive. You're stranded. Your car is disabled, maybe down an embankment, out of sight from the main road. Your phone is dead. How do you turn your entire vehicle into a giant distress beacon? By using a universal language of emergency SOS. In Morse code, SOS is 3 short signals, followed by 3 long signals, followed by 3 short signals. ... dash 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 dot dot dot. Your car horn and your headlights are perfect for broadcasting this message. It's a pattern that is internationally recognized and is distinct from random panicked honking. It signals intelligent life in distress. So let's build this symphony. For the horn, it's simple. 3 short, sharp blasts. Beep, beep, beep. Then 3 longer, sustained blasts. Beep, beep, beep. And finish with 3 more short blasts. Beep, beep, beep. Pause for a few seconds and repeat the pattern. At night, you can do the exact same thing with your headlights. If you can flash your high beams, that's even better. 3 short flashes, 3 long flashes, 3 short flashes. The combination of the audible signal from the horn and the visual signal from the lights, especially at night, dramatically increases your chances of being noticed by a passerby or a search party. It's a simple, low-energy way to say I'm here and I need help. Ah, the dreaded feeling of spinning your wheels. Whether you're stuck in mud, snow, or even just some loose sand, the physics are simple. Your tires just don't have enough friction to grip the surface and move the car. You press the gas, the wheels spin, and honestly, you just dig yourself deeper. It's super frustrating, but well, the solution might be right at your feet. Your car's floor mats, especially the rugged, rubberized all-weather kind, are fantastic for creating a temporary high-traction surface. They're designed to be durable, and those grooves and textures are just perfect for a tire to bite into. This is a classic trick, and yeah, it works beautifully. Here's the procedure. First, stop trying to power your way out. You'll only make it worse. Get out of the car and clear away as much of the mud or snow from the front of your drive wheels as you can. If you have front-wheel drive, that's the front tires. For rear-wheel drive, it's the back. Now, take your floor mats and wedge them as far under the front of those drive tires as possible. You want the tire to be able to immediately roll onto the mat when you apply power. Get back in the car and accelerate very, very gently. No flooring it. You want the tire to slowly crawl onto the mat, grip it, and use that newfound traction to pull the vehicle forward onto more solid ground. It might take a couple of tries, but honestly, it's a brilliant use of an everyday object. Steam is pouring from under your hood. The temperature gauge is deep in the red, and well, you've got that sinking feeling that your engine is about to cook itself. You've overheated. Ideally, you'd use a proper 50-50 mix of coolant and distilled water, but in a pinch, plain old water can get you to the nearest service station. First, and this is the most important safety rule, do not open the radiator cap when the engine is hot. The system is highly pressurized, and opening it will spray scalding hot steam and fluid everywhere, causing severe burns. You have to let the engine cool down, pull over, turn the engine off, and pop the hood to help it dissipate heat faster. Wait at least 30 minutes or until the engine is cool to the touch. Once it's safe, you can address the radiator. Use a thick rag or a glove to cover the radiator cap and turn it slowly, about a quarter turn, to release any remaining pressure. You'll hear a hiss. Wait for it to stop completely before you open it the rest of the way. Now, you can add water. If you have bottled water, great. If not, any water is better than no water in a true emergency. Pour it in slowly until it reaches the full line. This is a temporary fix. Water alone doesn't have the anti-corrosion properties or the high boiling point of coolant, but it will absorb enough heat to protect your engine for a short drive to safety. This one feels like something a spy would do, and honestly, it requires a bit of finesse and a specific type of car door lock. It won't work on modern cars with flush, paddle-style locks or electronic buttons, but for older vehicles with the classic pull-up, post-style locks, it's a genius trick. You've locked your keys in the car, and you're staring at them through the window. All you need is a shoelace. A long one works best. The goal is to create a slip knot loop that you can maneuver over the lock post and then tighten to pull it up. It's a game of patience and delicate manipulation. First, tie a small adjustable loop or slip knot in the middle of your shoelace. The knot needs to be able to tighten when you pull on one end of the string. Now, you have to get the shoelace inside the car. Gently pry the top corner of the car door frame away from the body, just enough to create a small gap. You can use a thin wedge, but be careful not to damage the paint or the frame. Feed the shoelace through this gap, holding both ends. Now for the tricky part, you have to wiggle and seesaw the lace back and forth to work the loop down over the lock post. It takes time. Once you've lassoed it, pull the tighten end of your lace to cinch the loop around the post, then pull straight up. Click! The door is unlocked. Your car is dead, your phone is at 1%, and you need to make an emergency call. This is where a little bit of electrical know-how can be a game changer. You can create a makeshift phone charger using 3 common items: a 9-volt battery, a metal key or paperclip, and your car's USB charger adapter, the kind you plug into the cigarette lighter. The principle is simple. We're going to use the key to connect the terminals of the 9-volt battery to the contacts on the charger adapter, completing a circuit and sending power to your phone. It won't be a fast charge, but it can give you enough juice for a crucial call or text. Here's how you build it. Look at your car charger adapter. It has a positive contact, which is the metal tip at the end, and a negative contact, which is one of the metal prongs on the side. Now look at your 9-volt battery. It has a large negative terminal and a smaller positive terminal. You need to connect positive to positive and negative to negative. Hold the positive tip of the charger against the positive terminal of the battery. Then take your key or paperclip and touch it to the negative side prong on the charger and the negative terminal on the battery at the same time. This completes the circuit. Your phone should light up and start charging. It's an amazing display of basic electronics that could be a real lifeline. And there you have it. 7 emergency car tricks that transform everyday items into potential lifesavers. We've turned a headrest into a hammer, a seatbelt into a tourniquet, and a 9-volt battery into a beacon of hope. My goal here wasn't to make you paranoid about all the things that can go wrong, but to empower you with knowledge. Knowing you have these options, that you can analyze a problem and build a solution with what's on hand, is an incredibly powerful feeling. It's the difference between panic and purpose. But remember, these are for true emergencies. Your first and best option is always to prioritize your safety and the safety of others. If you are in danger, if someone is hurt, or if you're in a serious accident, the very first thing you should do, if possible, is call for professional help. Call 911. Call emergency services. These tricks are for the moments when you can't, when you are your own first responder. They are a bridge to get you from the moment of crisis to the moment help arrives. So practice what you can safely, like removing your headrest. But more importantly, commit the principles to memory. Preparation is key, and the best tool you will ever have is your own mind. Thank you so much for joining me in the workshop today. I hope you found this valuable. If you did, please consider sharing this video with your friends and family. The more people who know these tricks, the safer our roads can be for everyone. Drop a comment below if you have any other emergency tricks you swear by. Stay curious, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.